Hey folks, this is one of the more missed problems in the midterm, so I'm going to go ahead and cover that. What you want to do is we want to go ahead and go to our y equals, we want to clear out whatever's in there, and we want to start by, it says graph the function with the graphing calculator and then visually estimate the domain and range. So I'm going to make this a little bit bigger in hopes that you can see well. Okay, so in there we're going to put absolute value of x minus 2. So the first thing we need to know is how to get to absolute value. So we're going to hit our y equals. So we hit y equals, and then we go to math, and then we hit the right arrow key, and you can see absolute value right there. So again, I hit y equals, then I hit math, and then the right arrow key so you get into the number column. Now I'm going to hit enter. So you can see we have the absolute value in there. It doesn't necessarily look like an absolute value symbol, but I'm going to go ahead and put that value x in there and close my parentheses, and then put a minus 2. Now if you have an 84 silver or an 84 plus, sometimes it's going to actually put the absolute value in there. Just go ahead and hit the right arrow key after you put the x inside the absolute value, and it will get you outside of the parentheses. If you're not sure what I'm talking about and you have an 84 and it's putting those absolute value symbols in there for me, let me know and I will make a video for you. So after we do that, we're going to go ahead and hit graph, and we can see that I'm just going to scroll down. You can see that choice C is the one that matches up, right? You see how that's similar? So I'm going to go ahead and pick choice C, check answer, cool. So now it's going to ask us to estimate the domain. So the domain is the x values, and you see on this graph that so x values, that's right to left. So remember, when you're doing domain, you're looking at where we have values when we're going left or right. And you can see as we're going to the left, this graph is heading up, but it's also heading to the left forever. So we know that we're going to have x values to the left forever, so our domain is, it's going to be over at negative, I'm going to get out of this, negative infinity, and then hit comma. And then again, when we look at the graph, you see it's going up and to the right forever. So since we're going to the right forever, it's going to be going to positive infinity, and then I close my parentheses. Now range is a little bit trickier. Since we have a range, we got to look for a lowest point on this graph. So we're going to start all the way bottom and just trace until we see a y value. You see we have y values down here. That lowest y value is, it looks like it's at 0. So at 0 you can see the y value is negative 2. So it's equal to negative 2, so we're going to put a square bracket there, and then we're going to put that value negative 2 in, and then you're going to put a comma. And now let's look for the highest y value of our domain. So our lowest value is negative 2, and you can see that this graph is heading up forever, right? So the lowest value is negative 2 all the way up to infinity. So we're going to put an infinity there, and infinity always gets a soft bracket. All right. Hopefully that helps. I'm going to be doing a couple more of these, and yeah.